So between all the shenanigans involving account logouts and rather or questionable whole whole numbers, there's I can always be stake in retro gaming, and so with that in mind, let's talk about the other and far more publicized title that has now come to PS Plus Premium. 2004's Psi-Ops: The Mindgate Conspiracy, a psychic-based third-person shooter published and developed by Midway during the later experimental period, before they and their catalog were printed by Warner's, who, depending on the results of these regulators, may or may not be a part of Paramount. So let's begin. The game focuses on an elite spy with psychic abilities who must fight his way out of a compound when he and his allies are taken over by only as the movement and a vast array of weapons and abilities at one's disposal. And I definitely remember this game quite when it first came out. I mean, it also got released on PCs at the time as well as the original Xbox. No GameCube version, so no psychic shooter for Nintendo fans, I suppose. And as I often do in these kind of videos lately this year, I have another gaming confession. I did not play this one that much when I was younger. I'm one of those people that actually admittedly found the game's competitor, Second Sight, more interesting. And while both games were reasonably well received by critics and those who did play them at the time, such acclaim did not translate into sales success. But over time, as other similar games came out and the Havoc physics engine was iterated upon further and further, both games garnered a lot more appreciation over time, and even I will admit I'm a bit more receptive to it now than I was when first released. And in all fairness, 2004 was a pretty peak year for games, so it's only natural that some titles fell through the cracks. And now that this is available on PS4 and 5, now is the ideal time to re-experience the title, which has definitely more than its fair share of tricks up its sleeve. I just ended up being the first boss, and now I need to make my way out of the compound before it explodes from the charges I helped plant earlier. I mean, that one's a bit of a trial and error. I do emphasize error there. I will say this, it's certainly no cakewalk. Even lower difficulty settings, it can be tricky to figure out which approach you want to go with and which abilities and loadout you want to use. Also keep an eye on your health and your psi meters too. And with that in mind, this is another kind of quick video before I pick up Splatoon Raiders and have some other projects cooking as well that are a bit smaller, and some will be connected to the upcoming Spider-Man spin-off, Spider-Man movie next week. Others will not, especially since I've now finished searching for Bobby Fischer. And and it was hilarious. That way all for now, and I will see you all again very soon. So, take care, everyone. Hmm.